Meanwhile, back in Washington, Donald Trump has literally shut down the White House for tours of school kids so he can build a ballroom. So, we are all worried because he keeps putting out there that he's going to unconstitutionally run in 2028. But now we know what he's really going to do in his retirement. He is paving the way for his debut on Dancing with the Stars. That is his plan. He's going to be salsaing out the door with RFK Jr. and foxtrotting out with Pete Hegseth. I know it's a bad image, but I thought anyway. So, as Ken noted, he was my party chair. We won all these elections. When we first came in, we had Norm Coleman as the other senator, we had a Republican governor, and we had a delegation that included, Michelle Bachmann. But we set our expectations high, election after election after election. And it's time for us to do that across the country. And we have to make the case plain and simple on bread and butter, that Donald Trump is hurting us, that he is hurting people from Oregon to Kentucky, that he is hurting people in red, purple, and blue states. We must make the case, and I know a little bit about this because a whole bunch of people in my state voted for me and Donald Trump. And they voted for him because they believed that he'd bring down costs. Well, Democrats, costs are up, chaos is up, and corruption is up. And he has broken his promises to the people of this country. And it is not the rich who are paying the price. The price is being paid by families. And we got to steer right into this economic message. $2,400 extra coming out of their pockets every year because of this Trump tariff tax. $300 of that in higher food prices. It's being paid by 16 million people who are set to lose their health care because of the big, beautiful betrayal of a budget bill. It is being paid by grandmas in nursing homes right now. The hundreds of rural hospitals that have either closed or at risk of closing. The $3.4 trillion in new debt that is going to be on the shoulders of your kids and your grandkids. The millions who will lose access to food. The millions whose home energy bills are skyrocketing as we see electricity prices go up. All the tax cuts to his buddy, to the wealthiest few. Listen to these numbers. 50% of kids in this country are covered by Medicaid or CHIP. 40% of all births are covered by Medicaid, even higher in rural communities. Over 60% of nursing home residents are covered by Medicaid. And do you know what percentage of Americans are billionaires? Anyone want to guess? It is 0.00024. That's who gets the benefits of this bill. So nearly everyone gets a raw deal out of this bill, except those 0.000 percenters. Who gets a raw deal? Beth Beneke, an Army veteran, mom, and owner of Busy Baby in southern Minnesota. She started a successful small business selling products for high chairs. She was Minnesota Business Person of the Year. She came to Washington, got honored by the Small Business Administration a few months ago, and then had to come over and do a press conference with us and Senator Schumer and our other leaders about what was happening because she's getting decimated. She is roadkill to these tariffs. Or the UCLA cancer researcher on the verge of innovative and critical breakthroughs whose NIH grant was pulled. Or the UP Michigan hotel manager whose bookings were canceled this summer because people can't justify taking a vacation, or because so many of our friends in Canada are pissed about being called the 51st state and won't even cross the border anymore. Or the farmer in New Mexico relied on immigrant workers who are too afraid to do it anymore. And we have a message to Donald Trump. Immigrants don't diminish America, they are America. The president, he doesn't seem to get that his decisions have a devastating ripple effect. Or maybe he just doesn't care when people get hurt by them. That's why we must stop these rubber stamping Republicans. No one likes weak people in Washington, right? No one wants that right now. Even if they voted for him, they want someone that's going to stand up and call them on it and look out for their own state.